In a bustling city where everyone rushed to meet deadlines and deadlines to meet expectations, there was a whispered story of a village that defied time. A village lost in the wilderness, a place where women remained forever young and the sun never set. People called it Oasis, but it wasn't marked on any map, and no one knew how to get there. Maya, an ambitious young journalist with an insatiable thirst for uncovering mysteries, first heard about Oasis from an old friend. "Stay away from it," her friend had warned, her voice tinged with fear. "Some places are meant to stay hidden." But Maya couldn't ignore the call of the unknown. She scoured every library and archive, piecing together fragments of old tales and myths. There were no official records, but rumors spoke of a village where time stood still for the women, but at a grave cost. Some spoke of strange disappearances of those who had ventured in search of the village, never to return. Determined, Maya followed every clue, every hidden reference. She found an old journal in a forgotten corner of an antique bookstore. It mentioned a traveler named Elias, who had ventured to Oasis years ago but was never seen again. The journal described the village in glowing terms, its beauty beyond compare, but there was something else, a warning about the village's true nature. Maya's curiosity only deepened. She had to see it for herself. Armed with the journal and a few cryptic maps, she set off on her journey, her mind buzzing with excitement and fear. Days passed. The landscape grew wild and untamed, and the air itself felt heavy, like it was holding secrets. The trail became more difficult, but Maya pressed on. Along the way, villagers would shake their heads or avert their eyes when she asked about Oasis. Some muttered prayers, others simply shut their doors. A deep sense of unease crept into her, but she couldn't stop now. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, she saw it. The mist. It was thick, almost alive, curling and shifting like a blanket of fog. Maya felt an icy chill run down her spine, but she walked into it, the air growing colder as the mist swirled around her. When the fog parted, she was standing in front of the village, Oasis. The streets were lined with vibrant flowers, markets filled with exotic fruits, and children laughed as they played. It looked perfect. The women moved with grace, their skin flawless, their eyes bright and youthful. They were all no older than 25, but there was something unsettling in the air. The women were too perfect, their smiles too wide, their laughter too sweet. Maya approached one of the women and asked about her age. The woman smiled, her eyes flickering for a split second, and said, "Age is not a thing here." Maya nodded, but her curiosity grew. She noticed the men. They were nothing like the women. Their faces were worn, their eyes hollow with exhaustion, their backs bent with age. They sat quietly, watching the women, but they didn't interact. Maya's unease deepened. As she wandered deeper into the village, she was invited to a feast in her honor. The food was rich, the music lively, but the men, they were silent. They didn't dance, they didn't laugh, they only watched with eyes that seemed haunted. Later that night, as Maya wandered the village in search of answers, an old man stopped her. His skin was like parchment. Maya found an old jura that contained a special map showing the path to Oasis. The map was buried beneath a tree and pointed to those who had gone missing. It came with a strange message. There is a difference between dreams and reality, but sometimes reality itself becomes a dream. Maya decided that she would find the village, no matter what. She began her journey on a long and difficult path, one that only past stories spoke of. Along the way, she asked people, but everyone either silently looked away, some even locking their doors out of fear. Her determination pushed her forward. A few days later, Maya met an old man whose face was filled with sorrow and fear. "Do not ask about Oasis," he whispered in a low voice. "It will take everything from you, just as it did for many before you." Maya ignored his words because she had made up her mind to uncover the truth, no matter the consequence. After much effort and travel, she finally reached Oasis. It was a village free from the grip of time, where everything seemed perfect and peaceful. The women, who appeared young and beautiful, greeted her. Their faces showed no signs of age, no wrinkles, no gray hair. But Maya sensed something unusual in their expressions, as if a hidden fear lay beneath. The village appeared happy, but what Maya saw was different. The men in the village were in stark contrast. Their eyes lacked the spark of life. Their wrinkled skin and slow movements clearly showed that part of their lives had been drained away. Maya tried to speak to some of the men, but they only silently watched her, their eyes filled with grief or fear. Then she saw an elderly man sitting under a tree, his eyes filled with pain and despair. "This village will take from you," he whispered softly. "You will enjoy it while you can, but your part will come." Maya didn't take his words seriously, but something inside her made her uneasy. She then ventured toward an ancient temple in the back of the village. Inside, there was a mysterious well, its water glowing with an eerie light and strange carvings on the walls. Maya watched as the women took turns drinking from the well. As their lips touched the water, their faces changed for a brief moment, showing a glimpse of an older version of themselves before returning to their youthful appearance. Maya's heart sank, and she quickly decided to leave, but before she could, another man appeared in front of her. "If you want to know this," he said. "This water takes their life force. It saves us, but we have to sacrifice ourselves to feed it." Maya's mind spun. She immediately decided to leave the village. She had uncovered the dangerous truth. The water that kept the women young was draining the life energy of the men. The men sat at the back of the village, sacrificing what was left of their lives to give the women new life. Maya decided to run, but as soon as she left the village, it vanished into the earth. There was nothing left, as if the village had never existed. Back in the city, Maya tried to publish her story, but no one believed her. There were no records of the village, no evidence. Her story was dismissed as a joke, and she was labeled a liar. Her heart broke because what she had seen was real, but the world chose to ignore it. Months later, as she walked through the busy streets of the city, she suddenly froze. Her eyes landed on a woman. It was a familiar face, the same woman she had met in Oasis. She stood before Maya, now young, radiant, and unchanged, just like before. Maya's heart pounded. She asked herself, had the curse of the village ever truly ended?